Hi, this is Savio. Here is my weekly message in Boss Things. So, so today I want to explore what are the business changes, consumer preferences that will be impacted because of this life-changing event called COVID-19. Let me start by asking you, what has changed around you, do you think? So, here are some changes that I notice, and I read a variety of magazines or books, and I've noticed a lot of preference changes. So, some of the changes that I've seen in myself today, I'm buying more masks and storing it. I'm investing in two different types of sanitizers. I am using a lot of surface disinfectant. If and I total up all these, it's costing me almost 3 or 4 thousand every maybe every month. I've not done an exact calculation, but that's what it's costing me. So this is a completely new spend that I never had before. So it prompted me to say how COVID is going to change us in the years to come. I noticed that gym instructors and gym owners were protesting how to that they wanted to open their establishment. My sincere urge to you is go back and look at your business model. Look at how your customer choices have changed. Instead of using this as an opportunity to crib and cry, why not use this as an opportunity to break down your equipment into manageable parts and start leasing out your gym equipment to people? This will do two things for you. One, it will start increasing a revenue stream for you. You will spend more on your distribution model, but what you will spend there, you will gain in assured use of your equipment. Another thing you can do is that equipment of yours, which is really huge and it is too big to hold in a small apartment or a space, find a way to make a few cuts, get it welded, and put it in an assemblable form which can easily be set up on a balcony or in a lawn, and a person could use it for a week and then return it to you. Another thing that's going to change is, and this happened in a WhatsApp message where I received a fantastic note about different kinds of office chairs available. I spoke to the person and said, why not bring the chairs to me? There are a couple of people in the building and there are a couple of people in the locality who all you need to do is just like a food truck would set up its business anywhere and stop, and consumers would walk over to it. Why not set up a store like that? That way, the exposure of the number of footfalls is little and you can touch a whole number of larger markets in a particular day. You don't need to restrict yourself to Aund or Bani or Hinchewadi just to quote three locations in Pune. You can have three different consumer segments looking at your product and testing it out. All you need to do is to assemble it on a truck, keep it, tie it down, have a surface disinfectant in it, and you're good to go. Just like that, all store preferences very soon, whether it's a bakery, whether it is your vegetable vendor, whether it is office equipment, whether it is stationery, very soon a lot of these will start going on wheels just to add to the volume to their product. Another thing that's going to change, and don't be surprised if your kids ask you, is your kids will very soon ask you next year that I don't want to go to a school that can't come to me. I want a school that can come to me and be in my room when I want it. And I don't want 100% syllabus. 50% syllabus is just fantastic. It gives me more time to use my creative energy. Similarly, office employees will also have a similar ask from their employees. Employees staying in Ranchi, Uttarakhand, Rajasthan, Jaipur, wherever they come from, all those remote places, all these engineers, L&D specialists, HR people, technology people, operations people are all going to be saying the same thing, that I was productive entire last year. I even did so much of work despite being working from home and working in my hometown. I would like to continue this kind of work for the next few foreseeable years, and I don't want to pay rent of a tier 2 city or a tier 1 city. I don't want to have higher expenses. I would rather stay in my own house and work and save that 10 15,000 as much as possible because we don't know how the next 4 5 years are going to shape up. Another new business model that's going to get added is a portable spa or a small portable inflatable pool, which you could rent. It comes over home. You would it would be sanitized and cleaned. I can open it up, enjoy my experience of an outdoor sun bath, and return it. Or I could also choose to buy one myself and inflate it whenever the need arises. I could use my lawn, I could use a balcony, I can even use the place, I could even use, put some sheets around and even use a room in my home to get this experience. So I would not have to wait to experience something like this. Another thing that's going to change, and I noticed this from today's newspaper, that a lot of people are struggling with how to thread, how to apply bleach, how to color their hair, how to trim it. Uh, One of the things I want to tell you is all those people who are all those people who are in these professions. I'm sorry. आप जिस भी प्रोफेशन में हो, जहाँ पर भी कोई भी काम करते हो, चाहे मैकेनिक, whether you are a mechanic, whether you're a beautician, whether you're a shopkeeper, find a way to go on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. The first thing it's going to do, it's going to give you a whole new target segment, and people watching your video, if you know how to fix an air filter, if you want to know how to trim your hair, thread, people are going to go to YouTube to do anything and everything. Even today, when I have to find how to open a 5310 HP printer and how to remove the air from the tubes, I would not I would not call up a technician. I would first look at it on YouTube, see how it can be done, take a look at how difficult it is, and then probably think, do I want to really pay 700 rupees and that to someone else coming into my house and doing that work. Another thing that's going to change a lot is what is L&D going to teach us? And I noticed this from a lot of LinkedIn forwards, that how to collaborate with each other is going to be rethought. How to evaluate effectiveness is going to be taught by L&D. How to encourage flexibility in the workplace is going to be taught. And surprise, surprise, even curiosity is going to be taught. Maybe some people don't know how to be curious. That's also going to be taught very surprisingly. And let's explore failure stories. So that's another thing that's going to be taught. And I noticed that one of the biggest things that L&D will be doing is teaching people how to negotiate better. And I heard this from an article which I read recently, which talked about that how sales are going to be a lot more difficult to negotiate. All those deals are going to be a lot more difficult to negotiate, especially in the BPM space, especially in the platform providers. That now they're going, instead of just getting on a few calls and making a sale, there's going to be a lot of rapport building, a lot of connection that needs to be made before you can strike a deal. So that's another big challenge that L&D is going to have to focus on. So I talked about L&D, I talked about schools, I talked about retail, I talked about personal choices. That's it for today. Thank you so much for joining. Have a wonderful day.